Hello and welcome to my channel Lady Kayz. I'm making a granny square today and I have taken 3 colors. You can take 3 colors of your choice. We are starting off by making a knot. To start off we need a circle, and for that we are chaining 5. And we will slip into the first stitch in order to make a circle. Slip stitch, chain 3, and now we will start working into this circle. We need 2 more double crochets to make it a cluster of 3 double crochets. Chain 2 and repeat. So in this round we are doing 4 clusters of 3 double crochets with chain 2 in between to separate. So once we are finished, I'll come back. We have come to the last cluster and we will be joining this to the first one. So look for the stitch number 3 from the bottom, and we will insert the hook, come out and slip stitch. So this brings us to the end of the first round. Now we are going to go for the second one. For that we need to bring the yarn to the corner. So we are doing slip stitches to get to the corner. Once we are there, chain 3 and we will do 2 double crochets in order to make a cluster of 3. So once we are done with that, we will do chain 2 and we will repeat the same process, a cluster of 3 double crochets. So this will give us the corner that we are looking for. Once done with that, we will do chain 1 and move on to the next corner. Repeating the same process, 2 clusters of 3 double crochets with chain 2 in between. After we are done with one corner, we will do chain 1, again a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 2, a cluster of 3 double crochets, and then again chain 1. So we will repeat the whole process until we get to the corner. I'm just about to finish the last cluster, and this will be joined to the first one by slip stitching into the third stitch. And this brings us to the end of the round 2. After round 2, I'll change the color, so I'll snip it off and secure it by a slip knot. Let's move on to the third round now. For that I will be using a yellow yarn. You can use any color you like. Start from any corner you like and make a knot. I usually make a knot because I feel it's more secure than just leaving it hanging. We'll be making chain 3. And 2 double crochets. So this will give us our first cluster of 3 double crochets. Once done with that, we will be chaining 2. And in the same space, we will be doing one more cluster of 3 double crochets. So this will give us our first corner. So you see, we are doing the same process that we have done in round 1 and round 2. Just the number of clusters has increased. So rest is all same. So once we are done with the first corner, we will do chain 1 and move on to the first space, which is a cluster of 3 double crochets. Since it's between the 2 corners, we are only making 3 double crochets with chain 1 in between. Chain 1 and move on to the next corner. The process will be the same. We will look for the space and we will put 3 double crochets in the corner. And as you can see, I'm taking the loose ends along so that they are getting secure as well during the process of stitching. So once I am done with 3 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. So this will give us our second corner. So we will be repeating the same process again and again until we get to the last corner. So just to give you a glimpse of round 3, what we have done is 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1. So this will give you one corner. So if you keep on repeating the same process again and again, you will get to the last corner and then we will stitch it to the first corner using the slip stitch. So I have reached the last cluster. We will do 3 double crochets, chain 1 and make a slip stitch into the third stitch. And this brings us to the end of round 3. I'll be using the same yellow color for the round 4. Like the previous rounds, we need to bring the yarn to the corner. So for that, I'm using slip stitch to bring it to the corner. Once there, chain 3. And we will do 2 double crochets. And that will give us our first cluster of 3 double crochets. Remember, the chain 3 that we have done, it is counted as double crochet. Chain 3 and 3 double crochets. So this will give us our first corner. Remember, in the previous rounds, we were making chain 2 instead of chain 3. So in this round, as it gets bigger, we are going to do chain 3 instead of 2 between the corners. So next space we are doing 3 double crochets, and we will keep on repeating the process until we get to the last cluster. So in essence it is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, in the next space 3 double crochets, then chain 1 again, then in the next space 3 double crochets and chain 1. This will give us our first corner, and we will keep on repeating until we get to the end. For round 5 I will be changing the color, so we'll snip it off and keep it secure by making a slip knot. So this brings us to the end of round 4. For round 5, start from any space, and I'll make a knot just so it is more secure. Since it's not the corner, it's the last space before the corner, we will be making 3 double crochets. That is, we will be starting off with chain 3 and 2 double crochets. This will give us in total 3 double crochets. Chain 1 and 2 clusters of 3 double crochets with chain 3 in between. So what we are doing is, when we are starting off from a corner, it should be 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets and chain 1. This will give us our first side of the square. Repeat the same process until you get to the last corner, and join the corner together by a slip stitch on the third stitch. Once we are done with the round 5, we will be moving to round 6. For that, we need to move to a space. It could be any space between the clusters. So we are using slip stitch to get to the space. So once we are there, this brings us officially to our last round. For the last round, what we do is we do chain 3 and 2 double crochets. Since it's not a corner, it's a space before the corner, we are making a cluster. So after making a cluster of 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets. This will give us our first corner. So in this round, what we are doing is 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets, chain 1, and then we will be having 4 spaces, and in those 4 spaces we will be doing 3 double crochets clusters with chain 1 in between. So when we get to the last cluster and chain 1, this will give us our first side of the square. So we will keep on repeating the same process until we get to the last space. We will be doing the same process that we have done previously, using a slip stitch in the third stitch to join the 2 clusters. Once we are done, we'll snip off the yarn and make a knot in order to secure the end. So this brings us to the end of our tutorial, and I hope you really liked it. If you really like what you see, please do like, subscribe and share my channel as well. And I hope to see you soon in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.